Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Tonight we are going to be making Yakamein. It's very easy, so just don't get overwhelmed because y'all see all these ingredients. I know. So these are the condiments, and then on this side is the dry spices. And so I'll put it all in the description below so y'all won't have to worry. But you also can pause and write it down if need be. Okay, so right up into the meats and the veggies and pasta. This is all that we're using today. So I'm just going to show y'all how we're going to cut up this bell pepper. This is how thick we're going to leave them because this is basically just for the broth. Also, we're going to go ahead and take off the floury part of the celery and cut big chunks of that as well. And now we're going to get into the garlic. We're going to use about 6 of them, but honestly, you can use however many you want. And so I'm just showing y'all how I break and peel them. Just like that. It's easy. So with the green onion, I usually cut off the top because it's usually just all not good. And then I cut up about that much of the green onion, and now we're going to get into the onion. And you're just going to cut this in half. You're going to peel off the shell and just cut it in half. So this is how it should look. Now for the meat, this is a beef chuck tender roast. I don't normally buy this kind of roast. I usually just get a chuck roast, but you can use this as well. You just take off that fat part off the back. Just cut medium-sized chunks, just like that. It should look like that. So for the seasonings, I use all those dry spices. I know it looks like I'm using a lot, but I'm not. It's all going to come off once we put it in the water. Just a little bit of that cayenne pepper because it does get pretty hot. So just mix it up, and now we're going to put olive oil in the pan, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. And that is how it should look before you add the meat in. Once the meat is added, we're just going to stir it up and cook it for about 7 to 10 minutes. And then we're going to remove the meat. And you see those juices? Now we're about to cook the vegetables in those juices. But we are not going to put the green onion in there. We're going to save the green onion because I don't want to fry those. Now we're going to add our beef broth. Both boxes. And a little bit more water just because it wasn't enough juice for me. So we're just going to mix it up. And now we're going to add the shrimp boil in the liquid smoke, and that's how much for the shrimp boil as well. And I'm just showing y'all how much I'm using of these. I wanted to use more Louisiana, but the kids. So now we're just going to add the meat back, and now we're going to add our green onions. And Better Than Bouillon beef flavor, or you can use bouillon cubes beef flavored. Put the lid on, turn it down, and just let it rock out for an hour and 30 minutes. Check on it. Yeah, I see that it's not done because the meat is not breaking up. So I put it back on for 30 more minutes and cook my noodles. I just have some salt and olive oil in that water, and then we're just going to cook the noodles up. So I'm checking on it again. And now, after 30 minutes, that's how your meat should break up. As soon as you put your fork on it, it should break. Boiled up some eggs. Make sure y'all put some juice on top. And this was my husband's bowl. And my bowl had shrimp. And you can also add some sriracha. Just like this one. Okay, bye.